Hello everyone, welcome back to Data Engineer YouTube channel. In this video, we will see basically what is a data flow, right? So let's get started. In the previous video, we covered what is a data set. It's basically the schema of our data source. There can be multiple data sets in Azure Data Factory, which have different schema of different tables of different sources like database, Excel sheets, and so on, right? Now in this video we will cover basically like what is a data flow, right? So let's get started. Let's say you in the Azure Data Factory itself you want to transform the data. So EDF is just for ETL, right? ETL, extract the data, transform the data, and load the data. So this transform operation can be performed with the help of the data flows, right? With the help of data flows you can perform the transformation operation. Now what kind of operations are these? Let's say you want, there are two tables, you want to union these two tables, you want to merge these two tables, you want to create a one table and you want to dump it in the form of Parquet file, or you want to dump it in the database and so on. You can that do this with the help of data flow. Next scenario is, let's say in every month, like you have a Parquet file or a SQL database table. Every month there is some data from data source. You are getting the data from the data source and from this file even, and you are just checking, like you are appending the new data in the files. You can do it with the help of the data flow. Again, you want to have a union of two tables, you want to perform a join operation, you want to sort the data. Everything can be done with the help of data flow. Now we are concluding like what is data flow. So data flow is nothing but if you want to modify the data internally, we use data flow in Azure Data Factory. Now data flows are optional, like if we don't even create a data flow, if it is not required, it's optional. Link service, integration return, these are necessary things to be created, but data flow is very optional thing. Okay, so depending upon the requirement we create it. So I'm just creating a new data flow. It will ask me what should be the source. I'm telling the source. Okay, my source I will provide by giving the data set name. So this Excel data set contains my source. So it got the source. Okay, so now in the projection part you will see all the projections, like all the columns in my Excel file. Now what I want to do is I want to create a new column. So just see the options. You have join, conditional split, exist, union, lookup if you want to check for a particular value, derived column if you want to create a new column, you want to select anything, you want to aggregate something, and so on. Anything you can create with the help of data flow. Even you can create a surrogate key, right? So I'm going for derived column just for demonstration. So I want to create a derived column. I will name the column also name as derived column. Okay, so my column name is what? Derived column. I will go to expression builder and I will create an expression. What I want to do is I want to concatenate something. Let's assume. So what I will do is I just used a wrong keyword. So concat. So I will press tab, and in this part what I will do is I want to concatenate the city and what? The state. Okay, simple data flow I have created. Save and finish. Now what this derived column will do is it will contain the concatenation of city and state, and now I want to dump this data. So what I will do is I will go towards sync. Okay, so I want to go to sync, and in this sync settings, you want to again give a data set. Oh, we don't have any data set. What can we sync? We need to create a data set for a sync part also. Now the question is how we can do that. I will just click on new because it is not created. What I will do is I will select again Azure Blob Storage, continue. I want to sync in the form of CSV file. Let's say I will click on continue. I will use the same link service. I will use OK. I will press OK. And now what I will do is my sync is created. So if you can see my data source sync is created, that means in the same blob storage I will store this new file with the name. I can provide the name in the settings. Okay, so what I will do is I will say file name option should be default, and whatever you want, you can even clear the folder and you can just specify like anything. whatever you want. You can do output to a single file. Otherwise, if you not select this, it will create multiple files. I will just name the file name as new. Okay, something like new, anything you can do, and that's it. What will happen now is, once you publish all these changes, everything is done. So it is giving me some errors. Let us see what the error is. File output to single file requires single partition to be selected. So it's a very important step whenever you are creating a data flow, and in the data flow, you are doing the partitioning. Your output is a single file, so you need to do the partitioning to be single. So you will go to optimize and you will say single partition. That means optimization, a bit processing, it will take more. It is not the optimized way, it is not the best way, but still, if you want a single file, you go for single partitioning. Now one more error was coming. Let us see that. That is saying container name is required. So let us give the container name. Okay, so this container name is what? We have one container name called dev. If you remember, in this we have a folder called dev, right? Dev is our container name. So I have provided container name, and now it will successfully publish. Now once it is done, the question is, now I want to run this. How I can run it? There are two ways to do it. Either you click on Dataflow debug, it will just it will be used to preview the data. Like, you will be able to preview the data here. So data preview. So if you turn on Dataflow debug and you click on data preview, you will be able to see the preview data. But now if you want to do the permanent change, what you need to do is you need to create a pipeline, and you need to add, like, what you will do is, in this pipeline you will say search for data flow. Okay, data flow, you will drag it, and you will say that I want to execute this data flow one, and now you can just click on debug or trigger as required. So if we click on debug, it will debug now using the processing part. If we want to execute at a particular timing, we can click on trigger, and we can set up trigger. Setting up a trigger, how we can set it up, we will see in the upcoming video. I hope this was useful. If you will run this, what will happen is, it will slowly work. It will transform the data, and it will be dumping the data into your dev container only here. Okay, so that's all for today. If you have any question, definitely you can put in the comment box. Thank you.